It was Reagan. He was running for re-election, and I did a story at the very end of the campaign, which was all about how he had tried to create amnesia about some of his policies. This is a book too, his policies that have become unpopular. So for instance, he went to Buffalo, New York to inaugurate a nursing home. He cut the ribbon. But it was a campaign event, so there was red, white, and blue bunting everywhere, and there were children with flags, and he knew just how to stand so the sunlight hit him in right the place. He was so handsome. And I said, as you saw this spectacle, little would you know from this scene that he tried to cut the budget for nursing home construction. Then he went to the Handicapped Olympics, and it was the same thing. It was a campaign stop, and red, white, and blue, and flags, and a band, and all that, putting the little medals around the kid. Seeing this gorgeous scene, the light again is hitting him just right. And I'm saying, little would you know from this scene that he tried to cut the budget for the handicapped, and he did an environmental event, and I kept pounding away at this for 4.5 minutes. And I thought, well, I've just burned my bridges with the White House. They'll never, because it was obvious he was going to be reelected, they'll never return one of my phone calls. But they loved this story. They loved it. They called me, they thanked me, they said they owed me. And I thought, what? Did you hear what I said in that story? And this was the Deputy Chief of Staff, Dick Darman. He said to me, Lesley, nobody heard what you said in that story. I said, what do you mean? He said, no, they just saw those great pictures of Reagan. Looking young and virile and, showing force and powerfulness. They didn't hear you at all. Oh. You guys haven't figured it out, but when the visual is powerful and you're saying something that conflicts with it, we drown you out. And I thought, I know he's telling me the truth. Yeah. I know it. Yeah. So a friend, and I told everybody in sight this story, and a reporter at the Washington Post set up a focus group, ran my story without me, just the pictures. And 100 people, said it was an ad for Reagan's Morning in America campaign. Then they ran it again with you heard me. Half the people said, we just told you it was an ad. They didn't hear me at all. Half of the rest said it was a positive news story. Wow. Only a quarter of the people actually heard what I said. So this was a huge lesson for certainly people in journalism. This is now taught in journalism schools, this very story I'm telling you. We learned that we can't be conflicting with the picture. You just can't. And just to run these, we used to call it wallpaper. We'd put up these pictures of the president, whatever he did, whatever it was, just to show it, and we'd say something completely different. So we stopped doing that. But I also learned how powerful those images are, and that a president who doesn't use that lever is not reaching the public, and the ones who don't suffer by it. Right.